4 of the Super Tournament.
It's been such a long wait.
It's been a long journey, guys.
This season has been one of our longest at Africa TV.
This is actually, it's kind of weird. Like, we don't normally ever have events that move at this rate out here in Korea, but this has been a blast of a tournament, man.
It has been really awesome. The games have been out of control. We've had a few 3-0s here and there. Alive coming in undefeated tonight, but other than that, it's been like a lot of close series, a lot of
upsets.
Everything was an upset, basically, so that was pretty cool. And, I mean, out of these 4 players, who will end up being the champion? I think, actually, the only guy that's not been a champion yet, maybe.
It's possible. Coming in here tonight, herO's been playing very, very well. Staying true to his style, not mixing it up, where you have somebody like Solar really dictating the matchup, ZVT in this case. If you saw yesterday, fantastic games, by the way, but Solar versus MaRo was sick.
Yeah, it was a really good series.
He really showed us how to play around MaRo's playstyle. Not even countering it, just completely play around it and dictate the rules of the matchup.
He was not going to play the Ling Bane Muta style that Su was defeated with. And it definitely paid off for him, taking down MaRo. I believe it was 3-1. That was a really, really awesome series. Definitely go back and check that. Alive, of course, 3-0 Innovation, and then 3-0 Hush. He's so good he can't even get in the box against Innovation. Look at that. And on the other side, of course, herO against ByuL. ByuL has just been a monster. He looks so good right now.
So, guys, we're having the Final 4 tonight, and then right after that, we're going into the Grand Finals, which is a best of 7. A round of 4 is best of 5. Definitely tell your friends to join us. It's going to be a very special night. herO versus ByuL. Look, ByuL looks fantastic. I feel like ByuL and Solar might be the strongest 2 players.
It really feels that
in
way.
This group.
Well, it's funny because Alive is 6-0 so far and beat Innovation. So like, but we're still saying that.
I might be discounting Alive. Also, I'm just used to seeing herO get deep, but not all the way to the end. But herO could surprise us here. Let's not forget the people that herO actually beat to get this far. People like TY.
Yeah.
The Intel Extreme Masters champion.
Definitely very strong. But, you know, I think ByuL right now, in my opinion, is looking the best of all. Like, just mechanically, this guy is too much on fire. So we'll see how it goes, though. I mean, every prediction we've had has been pretty
We've basically been
pretty
wrong this entire tournament.
자, 슈퍼토너먼트
All right, we're going to go to the pregame interview now.
평소 이렇게 절친으로 알려져 있는데 어제도 두 분이 같은 차를 타고 같이 오셨거든요. 오늘도 같이 오셨어요.
You two are very close friends.
피치 못할 사정이 있어서.
Heard that you came to the studio together today.
따라왔어요?
Or yesterday. Did you come today together too? And they said no, we did not. Well, will you go home together?
네.
And he's like, no, not really.
어제는 같이 왔는데 오늘은
So one of us would have to wait way too long, so it doesn't even make sense.
네, 알겠습니다. 이유는 그냥 아무런
Way to make things awkward, Geary.
별 이유는 없지만
네, 알겠습니다.
상상에 맡기도록 하겠습니다.
아, 좋네요. 자, 오늘 4강 상대로 평소 절친인 상대를 만났습니다. 어떻게 생각하세요, 한지원 선수?
네, 그냥 친구고
What do you think about
평소에
your
잘한다고 생각해가지고 오늘 그냥 즐기러 왔어요, 그냥 게임.
아, 오늘 경기
He's a really great Zerg. We're good friends, and I'm going to enjoy the match.
서로 너무 잘 알고
How do you evaluate herO's opponent?
즐기려고 하고 있어요.
네. 네, 오늘 경기 두 분이 어떻게
I know he's a
보여줄지
great
궁금한데
Protoss.
그렇기 때문에
And, it's gonna be a fun
서로에게
match.
강력한 한 마디씩 좀 기대를 해보겠습니다.
These guys are getting a little bit edgy right now.
의상하지 말자.
네, 의상하지 말자.
Anything to say before the start of the match?
뭐 하지 말자고요?
의상하지 말자.
I hope it won't break up our friendship.
저도 똑같고
네.
제발 좀
Same here.
서로에게 약간
네.
화나는 경기만 안 했으면 좋겠어요.
아, 알겠습니다. 깔끔하게 하자
Hopefully we
이렇게
won't
말씀하시는데요.
upset each other
자,
with this
저희도
match.
그럼 기대를 해보겠습니다. 4강 첫 번째 경기 본격적으로 시작하겠습니다.
All right, we're just going to get into the game.
Let's do it. Which of these two guys is going to get in the finals? By the way, I think it's going to be a pretty damn big deal if herO actually moves on. That would be huge.
Yeah, like that would be super impressive from him. He was saying that he doesn't feel like his PVZ is really that good right this moment. And ByuL was saying he was going to have to kind of refine his own style because he was helping stats practice for Su, and Su has a style that ByuL was trying to show. So even though he was like helping him practice, which means he's been playing a lot of high-level ZVPs lately, maybe not quite as comfortable with that style. So we'll see how he ends up playing that.
Our map lineup: Echo, Newkirk Precinct, Abyssal Reef, Daybreak, and Whirlwind.
I'm excited to see how herO plays this. Like, is he just going to do a lot of like adept pressure and try to kill ByuL? That's definitely a possibility.
You know, herO's greatest strength is that he's probably the strongest aggressive player in StarCraft 2.
Yeah,
he could pretty much break anybody. This guy's never heard of late game. But, you know, ByuL is pretty damn solid. I think he's one of the few players where I would say I wouldn't expect herO to just knock him over.
Yeah, no, he's definitely one of the very best Zergs in the entire world right now. Has been for quite some time, but he's really risen back up. And I expect, especially if he was playing a lot against stats, that he's going to be on point tonight.
Yeah, that's very true. ByuL, one of our more tragic figures in StarCraft 2 esports. This guy's gotten deep several times. Only to have emotional losses. So we'll see how he does here tonight. This is another opportunity for him.
All right. So herO is missing right now. Perhaps this tells us what he's going to do in his builds. Maybe DTs. I don't know.
herO will be back in the cage shortly. I hope you guys are enjoying the new set we got set up over here. I think it looks fantastic. I think it's a new, cool look that we've got.
Yeah.
Having the players head-to-head, the PCs facing each other.
It's pretty cool. It's a nice little setup. I like being able to turn around, just see what they're doing and stuff.
We've also discovered that a lot more players use towels or washcloths on their mice than we ever thought before. We saw Maro using the Gumiho towel. That was interesting.
He used it only one game, and it was game one.
Yeah, it was really weird.
So what does that even mean?
What does it mean? Nerds all over the place are dropping their MMR right now, just trying to put towels and T-shirts and pillows over their mice and try to see if it makes them better.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy was right, Tasis, all along. Gumiho's the only one that's figured it out.
Yeah.
What we don't know is that Gumiho without the towel is actually a platinum Terran.
Towel makes him that much better. It's a magic towel. Okay. We're about to go into game number 1. Again, guys, this is a best of 5. This is day 4, the final day of the tournament. We've had a marathon tearing through this. And in a little bit here, one of these two is going to be in the finals. Will it be herO? Will it be ByuL? Let's find out.
GSL Super Tournament Season 1. Fight!
In the upper left, in the blue, our Protoss player.
Root Gaming, herO.
It's interesting he uses black keys on the keyboard. I feel like that would be harder to see. In the bottom right, in the red, he is.
ByuL.
I was going to say surprisingly, but the more accurate thing would be unsurprisingly have a lot to say about that. Because I always have a lot to say about everything. That's why I'm a commentator. If you're looking at your keyboard, that's not a good thing, especially in StarCraft 2. In StarCraft 1, your hand moves so much more. Maybe not nowadays because the hotkey changes.
Yeah, the hotkey change for
but
sure.
I think if you are looking at your keyboard during a StarCraft
you're not
match,
supposed to be, but I'm just saying, like it's
every now and then I
every
will
now and
reorient.
then, like I refuse to believe that you haven't. Any
No, I
sort of
do.
it won't
I
just
do.
like glance down once. It's like just it's natural.
And do you know, I did not even know that I ever glanced down until I tried playing for a whole day, like during the night when it was dark without my lights on. Then I kept finding myself like I glanced. It didn't happen often, like maybe once every couple games or something I glanced down. But overall, I don't think you should be.
Nice pylon block here. Looks like he should be able to hit the probe and maybe take him out.
Oof.
Good zoning. Really, really good job. Takes that probe out. Guys, thanks for coming down. Welcome to the studio.
It's a poker face right there.
That's a poker
It's like, I'm
face
trying
right
to
there.
enjoy the match. This guy, shut up.
Stop talking to me.
Talk about the game. Talk about the game.
We have a cybernetic score being made over here. Let's see what herO does. Normally, guys, herO is doing something aggressive. He does like to dictate the tempo, the pace of the game, usually by trying to do some kind of pressure builds or trying to lock their opponent out of certain techs or getting some kind of harass in there. He's definitely the opposite of someone we've seen like Rain, for instance, who's just very much so the reactionary Protoss. It really, if you're playing against herO, you have to respond to everything he does or you're going to get knocked out of the game. It doesn't mean he necessarily is going to do it here. He is capable of playing a more passive macro game, but especially in the Super Tournament, this guy's been rushing.
Look at how fast this Ro.4 is.
Yeah.
This is absolutely an aggressive opener here from ByuL.
Well, this is pretty smart.
You like it? You like the aggression against
Yeah,
the
I
aggressor?
think you're turning
Aggress the
herO.
aggressor?
Yeah, as they say. No, I mean, I think this is like a good move. Like, why not? If herO survives, good for him, but then he's not on the course that he's set up to try to actually dictate the pace of the game. Now, will it kill him? I don't know. I don't think so, but let's see.
It's, yeah, like with the Mothership core out, it makes it a bit harder, but speed on the way, like he didn't even have a queen in his main base there that we just saw, okay?
Oh, did he not? Oh, by the way, he canceled the...
yeah, he just canceled something.
I don't know if that was based off of a scout. I don't believe it was.
I don't think so. I don't think that there's anything far enough out that he would have that. Oh, actually, no.
Well, he doesn't see a
he
third.
He does. Probe sees no third, exactly. And now he sees the roaches. Okay, he sees these roaches very, very early. This is still going to be a tough hold.
He's actually sending the queen with this. This is basically an all-in.
Yeah, that's to push back that Mothership core.
Yeah. Okay, he's coming out now.
Wings. Yeah, this is so all-in. He's even getting an evolution chamber, so he'll be dropping into the main base as well. So all this money being spent on the front wall can be partially negated.
It's not even drones mining at the natural. He's coming in now.
This is so all-in.
It's going to have to be. This is not a game where there's really a plan B, by the way, guys. This is like you. If this doesn't work for the Zerg is basically out of the game. Now hitting the pylon, he might have to turn that into a Ravager or something. Oh, hold on. Coming in now.
Look at this patience of herO, not throwing down. A lot of people would have already used a photon overcharge here, but he is just buying as much time as possible. He has to get like some sort of flying unit out here to be able to hold this.
herO knows it's a matter of time. The longer he lasts, the more likely he is to just win this game. Corrosive Bile's being shot out here, hitting that pylon cannon. The two Adepts and the Stalkers both still in the game. The Oracle's out.
Oh, man, the Oracle really can change the math of this so quickly. A Queen comes up to kind of push things back, but herO has enough here. I don't think that he gets broken at all.
No, I think this is actually an easy hold. Now, there is a drop we're not catching in the main, by the way. So it looks like probes have been transferred from that, but our observer's going to focus instead just here on this. Okay, there we go. We see the drop in there now. The Oracle could take care of that. Actually, Zerg may just have enough. He's finally used the last two photon overcharges here.
Yeah,
he kept all three of these Stalkers alive, which is a pretty big deal. The Queen, not going to be that useful here. And I think from here, he can actually come up and just try to take out this attack in the main. As long as he saves the Nexus, he should be in good shape.
Yeah, if he loses that Nexus, that does definitely make it a little bit harder here.
No, he'll be fine with the Oracles here.
Has enough energy on those. And, I mean, from here, you look at it, and how does ByuL do anything? herO's sitting here with 3 finished Warp Gates and 2 Oracles against a 2-base ByuL who had basically no drones the entire time. Even though the probe count's low, it's like...
Well, he can just chrono out more probes. He'll be fine, I think, in that regard.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, okay, he has speed and a Ro.4, but, like, there's a lot of things herO can do here to mess with him.
Not to mention with the 2 Oracles out, he's already been forced into making spores, so that's less drones than even before. Looks like he should be able to get this Overlord as well. And this rush was shut down, man. This is a 39 supply Zerg on 2 bases with no tech.
Yeah, he's like just sitting behind his spores at the moment. couple extra queens coming out and stuff, but...
Okay, he's coming in. Don't believe he's going to get many drones here, but the real story is just the fact that the Zerg doesn't have a third base.
Yeah, he's just scouting at the moment. He wants to know exactly what's going on. Like, are you rushing up to the lair? Are you going to try something else crazy? Or when are you going to take your third? And look at this, herO just adding a bunch of gateways.
Yeah, I mean, this is straightforward. You just start putting pressure on the Zerg. The Zerg is not going to get a third base. In fact, the Zerg should just lose this game.
Yeah, you can't do a rush like that with so few drones and have it do very little. Like, I guess the probe count isn't really that high, but herO got tech and held on perfectly. And it's
he also really didn't lose any units when he was trying to hold the rush as well.
Yeah, very few.
All 3 of those Stalkers at the end basically stayed alive. That stacks pretty well. Zerg's going to tech into Lings and Banelings. I'm just not sure that's going to be enough. I think that with a few good stasises, the Protoss can pretty much control the entire fight and come out on top.
Well, he's getting Overlord speed as well, which would point towards Baneling drops. Maybe he just wants to go ahead and see if he can destroy the economy here of herO.
That was sick. That was a really good deny. That's a split-second reaction he had to have there to decide to actually target that hatch, knowing he could just barely eke out the damage to force it to cancel. So, yeah, still no third base yet for Zerg. Protoss is taking a third of his own. This is one of these moments where you can kind of do everything as Protoss and you're fine because Zerg took such a risk and it didn't pay off early on.
Yeah, there is a drop Overlord on the map right now, so I'm not sure exactly where that's located. It could even be defensively to drop Banelings on top of the sentries. If you get that type of drop-off, yeah, it looks like this might be the case. If you get a Baneling drop-off on top of those sentries, then you might be able to actually break this push and make this a real game. But
yeah, it's going to be tough.
Yeah,
let's see if he can pull it off.
Oracle's coming in right now. Enough queens to push it back. Ooh, that Revelation doesn't really show that much. Doesn't show the plan for Baneling drops.
Yeah,
well, now
true.
it does.
Okay, he's coming forward now. The Lings do come in. The Banelings are going to try to drop on top of these sentries, and it looks like he's got good positioning.
Okay, he's actually getting some hits off here. No sentries left over, so it's mostly just Stalkers here, but this might be enough Stalkers to finish it off anyways.
Yeah, keep in mind there's a warping point just north of this screenshot over here.
He has +1 melee already, though, so that's pretty nice. Ooh, a big Adept Warpin. Very, very smart. Stasis Ward going off. Only getting a couple Zerglings, but still.
He is going to force a deny here on the hatchery. He did pull those Lings back with the Adept Shade. Now hitting this hatchery over here. He's moments away from actually terminating it. You can see the Zerg just trying to get a good position. The hatchery does go down, and I think we're really seeing the beginning of the end here.
Yeah. There's not a whole lot left for him. Like, herO doesn't have tech other than the Stargate. He doesn't have other upgrades for his units, but his army is just way too strong for ByuL to deal with right now. Of course, great Baneling connections can sometimes,
miracles can occur.
Yeah, that's like the only thing I can really come up with right now for ByuL.
Yeah, the third hatchery is trying to be remade here. The thing is, it's crazy because Zerg did such a good job early on. Protoss did such a good job early on against the Zerg's rush that Protoss could tech, expand, and pressure at the same time.
Yeah,
I mean, it looks pretty brutal, but I mean, this is the price Zerg has to pay for taking a risk like that. It looks like he does want to do a Baneling drop here, but let's say that the Baneling drop connects perfectly with all the workers. I still think Protoss wins.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just so one-sided.
Well, look what hero's getting right now. He's getting multiple Void Rays and Charge and, just everything that he really needs, whereas ByuL is just sitting here making hatcheries and Zerglings.
Yeah.
It's tough. Like, at least he has the +1 attack. At least he does have drops and Baneling tech, but... And actually, he's making a Roach Warren, which is really funny. That's how kind of off ByuL is in this game. It's such a weird game that he's remaking the tech that he rushed with early on.
Oh, yeah, that is weird. That's actually pretty bad.
Unless he wants speed and burrow movement at the exact same time,
yeah,
which I would be very surprised.
You don't do that when you're behind.
I don't think so.
Now we have herO making a Warp Prism. This is a tough position here for ByuL because it's like he's smart enough to know that he's probably basically lost this game, but he knows the stakes of this tournament are high enough that he might as well try. And that could be pretty demoralizing to play from that kind of position.
Yeah. I mean, you got to stay in and do whatever you can. Making roaches and roach speed at the moment, so trying to get into some sort of normal composition, but the fourth base coming up right now. And ByuL just not really able to find damage yet. Baneling speed is coming. That's definitely something that can mess things up.
Lings have now been chased out. Protoss is eventually going to push out here. He may leave the Mothership Core back at home just to defend. We have Templars coming in here, probably for Archons, as we see now.
That's the real win unit right there.
Yeah,
because
that's a closer unit in a moment like this.
The amount that he just needs, like, really fantastic Baneling connections, and you throw a couple Archons in the army, and it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, it really negates any of that melee upgrade that Zerg have. So I think this is a very good closer right now. Oh,
that's so funny.
Zealot actually ran forward and let the Lings
He didn't
spill
have
in.
charged, and he would have...
he would have denied that. Okay, the Warpins are coming right now. He's making Adepts and Zealots to hit the main. And this should dislodge the defensive position from Zerg because he is going to have to come back here and defend his workers. And then Protoss just comes in.
He needs to focus everything somewhere. It looks like it'll be upon the main army, but a nice recall, which is allowing his Zealots to get even more damage on 15 drones killed.
That was a lot more than a harass. That was a massacre back there.
Yeah.
Of course, the Zealots are incredibly expendable in a situation like this. So, I mean, really nicely done there by herO. herO now on 4 bases to Zerg's 3. You really don't see a game that looks like this unless the Zerg took a crazy risk. Like, normally, if we were just to look at the minimap, we would actually be swapping the Zerg and the Protoss. The Zerg's supposed to be up a base, and Protoss is scrambling to try to push the fourth. Instead, it's just nonstop pressure. And I got to give kudos here to herO. I mean, the way he's approaching this is really smart. He's just playing really, really safe.
Yeah.
GG. No need for herO to rush. No need for herO to do anything but make stuff, tech, and expand.
Well, this is what happens when you don't make queens and just do a weird roach all in.
Yeah.
ByuL tried it. It did not work out. That is a very defendable ramp that herO was on. He was super patient with the Mothership core, so
yeah,
good on him. It was also a good tech switch because he went into the Stargate, which kind of holds any early all-in very easily.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's 1-0 for herO, but that's not like what the whole series is going to look like at all. ByuL pulled out something crazy, didn't work.
That will not be used again by him.
No, absolutely not.
Unfortunately,
he could all in again if he wants,
but not like that. Not with that specific strat.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see what exactly ByuL's got in store for us now. I think we're going to see ByuL retract any cheeses he was going to plan for the next few games. He's going to have to play a standard game. And this is going to be an opening for herO to use that aggressive style that we know he loves to do.
Yeah, that definitely is the case. New Precinct, big, wide open map in a lot of ways. ByuL could use that to his advantage, though. You know, there are cheeses like Baneling All-ins that you can
That's
do
true.
against that wide wall in that are hard to hold.
All right, guys, our game has loaded up. herO versus ByuL, game number 2 in this best of 5.
Season
A
1.
fight to get to the finals.
Fight.
In the bottom right, in the blue, winning game number 1.
Root Gaming, herO.
He's rolling the sleeves up, Artie.
Ooh, he's serious.
And in the bottom left, in the red, he is.
Yo.
So that's a really fast pull out of ByuL, which, I mean, I personally don't like this opener. It was really strong against Protoss for a bit, but with how quickly herO's scouting this, look at this. He goes right past, and he's going to check on the pool. And all you do here is Protoss is Chrono Boost out 2 Zealots and have 4 probes down there, and like it is a 100% hold. You might lose a probe or 2, but then you have like map control and pressure, and they literally can't take a third base against you.
I'm getting worried, man. This is a little bit dicey here.
Yeah.
I feel like ByuL is a player that's really exhibited a lot of strength in late game, and I mean, I understand the concept is that he is trying to control the player that's more aggressive, so I get the idea behind it, but I do feel like he's kind of throwing away an opportunity. I mean, these guys are good friends. They play together a lot, so I'm sure there's a lot ByuL knows or could say about this that we can't, but I just, from where I'm sitting, I'm thinking, man, this is dicey.
Yeah. Look, he's making like 8 lings. 5 are going across the map right now. Oh,
a little baby.
She looks sad. She's a Zerg fan for sure.
Yeah.
Very upset that ByuL got taken out in that first game.
Yeah, she's wondering why he's not macroing either.
Well, look, little girl, I really hope that ByuL's able to kill him here, but Zealots are good against Zerglings, so it might be hard.
Okay.
And actually, he opts for a full wall rather than pulling any probes to hold this, but still gonna have. As soon as the second Zealot pops out, this is like 90% held already, you know?
Yeah, well, there's the cancel there. He's going to let the Lings in. He does need to get this Nexus up. Looks like the Lings won't be able to deny the Nexus either. Now, there's 3 more Lings coming in here, so he might be splitting the Zealots. He has to make sure the pylon is safe over there. Meanwhile, the other Lings are going to come down here. The thing is that, this isn't the easiest thing to hold, but it's definitely not the hardest for Protoss, you know? I mean, I'm sure anybody who's played any StarCraft 2 has experienced a situation exactly like this. Yeah. Like as Protoss. It's like, okay, this is like part of being a Protoss player is having Lings come in here earlier than you expected, and then you've got to just kind of shoo out the rest of these Lings and go on from there.
Yeah, he's killed 2 probes. That's really the maximum that you're going to lose against something like this. ByuL is trying his hardest here to micro something out of this, and is taking another base, so that's nice for him. But has this really hiccuped herO that much? I don't really feel like it has.
I don't think so at all.
You know, normally a Zerg will be having a third base by now, you know?
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Making the hatchery at the minimum.
Okay, he did get 1 probe there.
Oh.
Not bad.
I mean, that's, hey, 3 probes.
That's really all Zerg can hope for in this situation is to try to get off probes.
Yeah.
I mean, the player's really bad. He'll just kill him with Lings. But I think at this caliber of play, you're basically fine if you're the Protoss. He's still shading here with depths. He's trying to monitor just how fast or slow the Zerg is teching.
Yeah, he might actually finish the shade as well, because 2 Adepts against only Slowlings and Queens can kill a lot of drones. Definitely, this is going to be a little bit hard for ByuL to hold on against properly. 3 kills already.
4, and it's going to be 5. He can probably get 1 more shot off. No.
Oh, my God.
Look, I mean, this is bad, guys. 6 kills already. Nice control there by ByuL. Juking and jiving between the hatchery Oh my God, he's gonna get away. Look at this.
That's crazy
Wow.
too, yeah. And an Oracle is on the way, Tasteless. Like, defensively and offensively, the Oracle is too good against what ByuL has at the
Yeah.
moment. He's going, yeah, it looks like he'll even go Glaives behind that. So, once again, we have this, like...
This is like the same story with
It's
a different
very-
build as Game 1.
Game 1, ByuL was way more all-in. You definitely can transition out of these early pools a little bit better than that Roach build. But the Lings didn't do very much, and he lost way too many drones to those two
Yeah.
Adepts. But this is kind of the way that it goes.
Okay, the Oracle is now headed here to the bottom left.
Evolution
And-
Chamber on the way.
Yeah, this is a shoe-in win here for herO, I think. I really don't see. This is like one of the hardest things to do with Zerg, and it's so hard that you really don't see Zerg players try to. Well, they never want to ever be in this situation.
No,
you do
certainly.
these rushes so that you're ahead, and if you're not ahead, then it's like, okay, you've been punished.
Yeah.
The rest of the game is going to be pretty miserable, and if you win, you deserve a medal.
The scariest thing here, like how ByuL can come back in this game, because it's not over like Game 1. Game 1 was over like basically the second that the last Ravager died, the game was over. But like here, if he just stomps the Adepts that come at him, because herO is going to put on some Adept pressure as this Glaives finishes up. He doesn't have that many, so it's not really that scary. But like if he just can stomp that, continue his droning up, and get into whatever tech it is that he wants to go for, then it starts to become a game.
Yeah, that's true. Especially if herO messes up with the Oracles too much. We did see in the last game he overextended with one of the Oracles and lost it.
Yeah.
You want to keep these Oracles alive, not just because you want to kill workers, but just like that. You want to keep tagging what the Zerg's doing.
Oh, yeah.
From here, it's kind of funny. It's a role reversal in the matchup. Normally, it's Zerg that's watching the Protoss and trying to react and make just the right minor adjustments so that you can come out with a win. But if Zerg does this, then it's actually a role reversal, and the Protoss is the one that monitors the Zerg as you're just trying to maintain this proper lead and then see when they're at their weakest and deem it necessary to go in there and go for the kill.
This is a lot of Glaved Adepts.
It
and
is.
This is the move that could end this game right now for herO.
Okay, he's coming forward. These drones are going to have to be evacuated. I do not know with the Adepts positioned like this down here if the Lings can ever get proper surface
Yeah,
area.
they can't. Like the Queens
It's just
have
not
to come
gonna
out
happen.
to poke.
Yeah.
He needs Banelings to really try to deal with them. And look at this. This is a cool
Wow.
move.
Oh, man.
Yeah, even going after the Queens a little bit with the Oracles.
He just
with that
needs the
extra
Oracles over on
damage.
top of these Lings, and he's basically fine.
Jeez.
I don't know if this was the necessary way to play this, to do this attack, but this is herO, so you can't be too surprised. That should be GG, and we should be going into game number 3 in record time here. What time is it? Hold on, let me look at my phone. All right, we've been on air for 28 minutes, and that doesn't count all the camera shots and us panning around the studio.
The interviews.
Interviews and everything else. This is going to be, I think, a very short series. I really hope that
be.
ByuL does not... Okay, here we come to Banes. Let's see if he gets good connects there.
There you
Not
go.
bad.
Well, he's only killed 5 drones with it. He's killed a good amount of Lings.
I actually thought he should have stayed back with the Adepts and gotten the hatchery. But I guess this is fine. There's more than one
Yeah.
way to skin a cat. Now getting so many drones. This is the real blow.
Jeez. 15 drones. 10 drones just right there quickly
Yeah.
with the Oracles after sniping that Spore with the Adepts. herO just in a ridiculously good spot right now.
More
Look at
gates
this.
are
What is
coming
this?
down.
35 drones against 65 probes. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Like, if he just sits back defensively for a moment, that's it, right? Because this is what ByuL has to do, is something like a Baneling all-in. Throw down a couple stasis wards, have your Oracles on defense, hit the, spread your units, and you should
Yeah,
be fine.
look at this wall.
Yeah. It's
He's so
smart.
prepared. While the Adepts are harassing. I want to praise herO here and say he's done a great job, but I feel like I also have to be critical of ByuL. I feel like he's digging his own grave here. And look, you actually want those Banelings to go off on that Immortal. GG!
Yeah.
herO up 2-0. He's looking primed to get to the finals. ByuL is bringing the wrong plays.
That's tough. It's tough. He did that crazy all in game 1. Then he did this very aggressive play that I'm not going to call an all in, but like herO's counter with the 2 Adepts was really good. It was very well executed.
Yeah.
He got enough drones, and his follow-up was perfect, right? The Oracle, it forces Spores, it keeps tabs on what ByuL is doing, and gets a little bit of damage into Glaved Adepts in a third. It's like herO just had rock-solid responses against this build.
Really good job there by herO. I'm going to say it again. ByuL cannot do this anymore.
Yeah.
We need 3 solid macro games. It's going to be a real uphill fight. This is pretty demoralizing for ByuL. He's getting smashed. He's getting Hulk smashed.
Well, Abyssal Reef is coming up next. This is, well, it's a hero pick, but whatever. We're getting late into the map pool.
Definitely a map where, once again, if herO ever gets to the point where he gets to do those aggressive plays, he can certainly exploit the features on this map. Our game is ready. Guys, this is game number 3 in a best of 5.
GSL
herO with a 2-0 lead.
SuperTournament Season 1. Fight!
In the upper left, in the blue, he is
Root Gaming, herO.
2-0 at the moment.
in the bottom right, in the red, he is
ByuL.
Okay, he went pool gas.
Yeah, well, this is a good
doesn't mean it's
counter to the
anything crazy,
probe
but-
coming so quick. Like, if
Yeah.
you go Pylon Scout, then you block the hatch anyways, so you may as well. Not really low economy or anything. And it does give ByuL options to possibly get aggressive, which, that does kind of alter the way that herO has to play it.
So the probe right now trying to interfere with the planting of the hatchery. It's taken enough damage that the probe eventually does have to back off.
And he's just going to keep this alive for a little bit, try to check out how much gas is being made and all that. But I don't think that ByuL will necessarily do anything aggressive here. Although, to be fair, a lot of the wall-ins that we see on this map by Korean pros are super weak to baneling all-ins because they oftentimes have 2 pylons in them.
That's very true.
And when you have 2 pylons on it, if you do a baneling all-in against that, like, it's you don't want a pylon in a wall generally if you don't have to, because it's so easy to kill with banelings. But if you have 2, you better be chrono boosting your warp gate from the get-go. You want to hold that.
Okay, link speed started. We have the cybernetic score almost finished, and then we're going to have a much better idea of what the tech choice is going to be for herO. herO does like his Stargate plays, but we've seen him do other things as well, like Robotech.
Well, he can do anything here.
Yeah.
Like, he could just do like an Adept all-in. He could go for Archon drops, which are super popular in Korea, although I don't think herO does them quite as much as other Protosses. Obviously, Oracles are good openers. Like, he has 3 tries right now to knock out ByuL. And I'm sure herO has a bunch of builds that are at least 45% against ByuL. you know? With 3 tries, I look at that, and yeah, I know. I think he's in good shape. He has to feel good.
Okay, he spotted the 3rd hatchery. Everything looking pretty normal for the Zerg right now. Yeah, let's just go ahead and see what this tech's going to be. Stargate it is. Planting some pylons here. I'm sorry, the mothership core is moving out on the map.
This is a cool move. You can actually do this, especially when the 3rd hatch is a little bit delayed. You get those pylons up into such a strong spot, and with the Adept, that adds in a lot of damage as well.
He's going to do some damage to these Lings right before Ling speed is finished.
I think he should only have 1 overcharge, right? So
let's see. No, he'll have about 2.
Yeah, he'll have 2
by the time it actually matters. Now, we want to see. He probably doesn't want to activate it until the hatchery finishes.
Yeah, until there's actually units coming at him, there's no real reason. So, yeah, this was nice, moving the Lings up. He needs to try to force as many out as possible.
Okay, the Queens are coming up here. This hatchery is getting dangerously low, however. Note how he's skirting the mothership back here.
Yeah, a lot of Lings coming up. He's letting the Queen tank the damage, so that's a very good move. And it looks like he will end up holding on here. But this was still... Ooh.
The Adept is still over here doing a lot of damage to these workers.
Yeah, I like that move a lot. Having the Adept come in is definitely a nice little mix-up with this. Killing off 2 drones right there. Okay, that's pretty cool. But I would say overall, like, a move like that's still pretty useful.
Yeah.
You force like a lot of Lings that they don't necessarily want. He got a Queen there as well. He killed off a good amount of Lings. And it was like 2 pylons that he spent. It's not really that expensive.
The Lings come up now. Let's see if the Oracle follow-up does any damage. He's also making a 2nd Oracle here, which herO's pretty much done every game.
This
Gets
is
the Evo chamber down.
This is a great map, by the way, for those stasis ward harassments that we saw so much before from stats in the GSL finals. Like, you have a lot of places to sit oracles behind these bases that nothing can hit unless they go flying units.
Very true. A second oracle is coming down again. With that, he can one-shot workers, and the adept pressure is on. Looks like he does take out the one probe that was there to make the nexus. The second probe does come down here, make a pylon, and the adepts now shade forward. The Lings are going to try to come back around and deny that third base, but I'm a little bit worried here for ByuL. A lot of Lings were forced when that hatchery was making. Keep in mind, so Zerg is already kind of low on drones, so mining's been interrupted as well.
Yeah, oh man, 28 Lings on the way to try to counter against this, but he's a little bit slow. Double Oracle coming in, working on this Queen that has a lot of energy there, and the Queens are all going to be taken out.
Yeah, and with the Oracle over here, over the ramp, actually, that's a lot of extra damage to these Lings. They shade in now, hitting so many of these drones.
Okay, how many drones will he end up killing with this? Because it's one thing to kill Lings and Queens, but if you're not killing too much of the economy, then Zerg can still recover.
Okay, the Oracle is still over here. A good amount of energy. He can actually continue to fight these Lings. He needs to target down the drones, so you're completely right. Killing Lings is not the point. Doesn't matter if you're killing Lings if it's in his base or in the middle of the map. The Lings are there to be to fight and to be killed.
Yeah.
So I like the idea of the attack, but I think ByuL did a pretty good job holding there.
Yeah, he held all right. Like, he lost some Queens, and he had to make a ton of Lings, and all of that's kind of sad. Ooh, that was a nice force field.
Nice.
But I would say overall that was still an okay attack. Ooh, nice
good
little
surround
pick
of
off
the
there.
sentry. That was a free win right there.
Yeah.
Robo is almost done, so we'll start having things like Immortals and Observers teched out from there.
Oh, a very nice Ling getting inside there, actually.
That hatchery is still very low on HP. I do wonder if there's another timing up here, if that's not going to be the focal point of the attack, to hit the drones and then just target down the hatch.
Well, you're definitely right about that. A Warp Prism's already on the way. He has 3 sentries out, so there is going to be at least a little bit of a poke coming out of herO here. How many gateways does he actually have at the moment?
I'm not sure. I think there's 3 in the main, right?
Okay, so like 6 gates or so?
I believe so.
Sounds about right.
He's going to have another gateway explosion in a second here because he's got the third base mining from.
Yeah, this would be a very good move too if he can get in there before there's any like teched out units. It looks like ByuL, like he could go Spire because he's ByuL, but would like to see Hydralisk Den going down, I think. But yeah, if he can actually nail that hatchery, that's like such a big deal.
Absolutely.
It is just a drop though. It looks like
Spire on the way now. So we're starting to see the tech direction Zerg wants to show herO. I gotta say though, I feel like herO's just a little bit ahead here. He's looking good. Not all his attacks are working.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a game that herO could win.
Yeah, definitely
down the road here. I prefer herO's position.
Oh my God, we prefer herO's position at the exact same time.
sandwiches.
But the Spire is like kind of a tricky, cool tech to have here.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you just focus on ground, and when you have Stargate units, sometimes you just don't even think of mutas. You're like, well, I can scout the Spire, so he won't make it. But it's ByuL, man. He'll make that Spire.
Yeah, he loves
and
mutas.
if your Oracle just doesn't fly near there, it's off doing something else, and then suddenly like 8 mutas appear in your main base, and you have Charge and Immortals, it's like, well... Yeah, you start making Phoenixes off that one Stargate, but you're taking a lot of damage before they do anything.
It's definitely a really easy way to end up losing this game. There's a Warp Prism out on the map. He's actually making some Templars here. Let's see if he actually starts to push with Archons and Zealots and everything else in a little bit here.
Spire is about to finish.
By the way, the next Gateway Explosion finished. He just finished up 5 more gates.
Yeah, Hydralisk's being upgraded at the moment. 5 mutas going to be added into this. This is kind of the funniest,
this is the latest Archon harass. Yeah.
But hey, look at what he's fighting against. Oh my God! What are you? No!
Oh my God!
Oh, and there's something about the Banelings being slow instead of fast as they hit the Archons, where I'm like,
it's even more painful.
You could have stopped those. Like, come on!
You had a choice.
Yeah.
If you're good enough with micro in these
sick pick off.
That's okay. I think those Archons paid for themselves.
But now this is, with mutas out, he has to assume that ByuL can make a ton of mutas, right? So can he actually just break through? It looks like he's still going to push because he does have a strong ground army.
I think he's gonna force the mutas to actually have to defend. If they try to counter, then I think he just loses. Coming forward here with a hallucinated Colossus.
Okay, targeting down the sentries ASAP here. The 4th base of ByuL definitely will end up falling.
Yeah, that's going to be completely destroyed.
Forcing yourself up the ramp is a different story.
Yeah. However, Zerg without a fourth base is a problem in of itself. He might need to push up here. He's got the Zealots in the front, so those Banelings could connect with that.
Yeah, that was actually a little bit sloppy there for sure. Like losing that many Zealots to Banelings is the way that ByuL might end up holding this.
I think he's going to be okay. herO's just going to push through here. I believe, yeah, there's really no way. Hold on, he's only got one more Archon here. Actually, there's too many Zealots under the Overlords. I didn't quite see that.
Yeah.
That, I think, is GG.
It might end up being here, man.
This was a 40-minute best of 5, guys. This is, wow.
Rough.
GG. GG.
All right. Well, that was that. Fast and one-sided.
That was one of our semifinals, guys.
Jeez.
Woo!
herO has 3-0 TY and 3-0 ByuL in this tournament.
He's
and
good.
ByuL was actually kind of my favorite going into today because he's just like played so well so far. But two failed cheesy builds, and then herO just kind of outdoing him there in the third game.
Yeah, that was one-sided. Congratulations to herO, man. herO's a real threat in this tournament. He's going to be in the finals.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Protoss moving forward, so we will not have a mirror matchup. We do have a ZVT coming up next.
And I believe our other match should be closer. Alive versus Solar should be very good.
Yeah, I think so, especially considering Solar's range has pretty much been shown, so Alive should be somewhat ready for it at least.
We're going to go to a short break. Oh, no, wait. No, we're not. We're going to go to an interview. What am I doing? Oh, actually, no, we're not having an interview, but we're just not going to go to break yet. The rules changed for this broadcast. Normally I have the power, but this time I don't. I have to wait.
Oh, my.
And now I can wrap it up. We will be back in just a minute, guys. Oh, no, we can't.
You need to jump off this balcony.
I'm over 2 right now. We can't close
right
out, guys.
now. You need to, like, oh, my God.
This closing is more one-sided than that match we just casted is what this is, Artosis.
Which is even more one-sided than a Mobius strip.
We'll be right back.